All right, so Coach, I think I would be remiss if I didn't welcome you to Charleston and say that we're happy to have you on board for the head coach of the basketball team.
Thank you for having me today and interviewing me. I'm excited about this opportunity.
So, I rather should say welcome back because you are a North Charleston native. You played your high school ball at Stall High School. How does it feel to come back to this area and coach the basketball team for the premier Division I university in the area?
Yeah, it's an unbelievable feeling. Obviously to have this opportunity in a place where I grew up. Obviously the school is the College of Charleston, but we're in the city of Charleston, so you feel like, not only did you have to fight for the school, but you were fighting for the city as well, a city that you love and a school that you admire. So it's a great feeling. I do think this is a special place, and we're excited about trying to, lead the program in the right direction.
And I remember in your introduction press conference, you mentioned coming downtown when you were younger and watching the college play when John Kress was head coach, right?
Yeah, I remember coming down. It was an unbelievable atmosphere. They were in attack, and they had some really talented players, and the games were all sold out. So it was an unbelievable atmosphere and environment, and it was very electrifying.
So you went on to play at Georgia College and graduated in 2000, correct?
Yes.
And then by 2002, you were an assistant coach at the Citadel.
Right.
And then you worked under two great head coaches, Gregg Marshall, a former College of Charleston assistant. You worked with him at Winthrop and Wichita State. And then you got to work with Brownell at Clemson. So you worked under two great coaches. What did you learn from them that you're going to use in your first head coaching stop here at Charleston?
Well, obviously, the number one thing is to stay true to yourself and stick to your personality, your way of coaching, and be transparent. Just be real. And then obviously in terms of the X and O's and the basketball stuff, just been blessed to work for those guys for a decade, and the things that I was able to see and the things that I learned, they were different. One guy was a Midwestern guy in Brownell, where he grew up around Indiana basketball, where it was just hard-nosed man-to-man defense and all-motion offense. Whereas Gregg Marshall, his background was, a lot of it was with John Kress, where he believed in, more set plays, quick hitters, and then changing defenses to kind of create more offense and pick up the speed of the game. So I'm going to take bits and pieces from both of those guys and try to put it into my personality and get these guys in the right direction so they can try to win some games.
But both coaches, Marshall just had that great season with Wichita State, and you guys had a great season at Clemson last year, so I'm sure you got a lot to offer. Our athletic director here, Joe Hall, John Kress, and even a tweet from ESPN's Dick Vitale have talked about the energy you're going to bring to this program. Can you just touch on a little bit of what they're referring to when they say that?
Well, I don't know exactly what they mean. Obviously, they made the comment, so I don't know exactly what they mean. I am a passionate guy and an energetic guy, and so I expect the players to have great enthusiasm. Obviously in recruiting, I'm going to be really excitable in terms of approaching the kids and being aggressive about our sell with the College of Charleston, what it has to offer. Because, I think it's one of the top 20 programs in the country. Once you take out the big 65 schools that are in the BCS conferences, you take those guys out, now you got 286 schools left. And I think that College of Charleston is in the top 20 out of those 286, and I'm convinced of that. And so I think from the energy of recruiting and selling the right things to the players, and then obviously the excitement in the community and reaching out to some of these kids and some of these, going into some of these schools where, these kids, I was them 25 years ago, and so I think that excitement in the community will be a big thing. And then on campus, my wife graduated from here, and obviously I got a special place in my heart about the student body here and wanting them to be a part of the basketball program and creating some great excitement for the community and also the campus.
And so you just touched on it. It's been no secret that this basketball program endured a little bit of a tough time there, but with you on board, you've been going around campus throughout the city with the Restore the Roar mantra. It's an example of the energy and excitement that you show for this program. Why should students and fans come out to TD Arena to watch you guys? How are you going to woo them and impress them on the court?
Well, I think the reason they should come is because it's their school. you know, first and foremost is their school. And basketball has great tradition. And we have a great facility, you know, and they can walk 2 minutes and be in the arena. So I think it's very convenient for them to come. Probably the students more than the community. Obviously, the community got to try to find some parking.
Right.
So I think the students is very convenient. In terms of why they should come, you know, I went to speak to a couple classes this week. The Student Government Association, I went in there was probably 50 kids there. Then I went into another one of the classes over in Silcox to speak to the kids. So I only touched the 75 kids, but what I was trying to tell them is, hey, this is your program. And I want you to realize that you can reach out and touch my staff, you can reach out and touch the players. We are a part of you, you guys are a part of us, and we should have pride about the program together. And so that's my approach, just trying to get more pride in the school. Obviously, if we do win big, everybody's going to wear the shirt with Charleston on it, and you're going to wear it with pride. And so it's their school, and I want them to feel a part of it. And so just spending time with them and doing different things to let them know that, hey, we're approachable. You know, we're real people where you can reach out and touch. You can come over to the office. You can come over to practice and make them feel a big part of the program.
And we saw that a lot with the baseball team last spring when they made their run to the NCAA tournament. And, you know, they were very, you know, they had the city buzzing, they had the students buzzing, you know, they were holding pep rallies. So I think, you know, to see the basketball program get to that level would be awesome. You were a point guard throughout your playing career and mentored some great guards and wing players throughout your career. You have a talented senior point guard in Anthony Stitt. What would you like to see from Anthony this year in his final season at the College of Charleston, and what can he bring to your new offense?
Well, I mean, I like him to just play with passion. I like to see him cry. I like to see him smile. I like to see him celebrate. I like to see him just have personality and have fun and enjoy his senior year and being fully invested. You know, I like to see him graduate. You know, in terms of basketball on the court, just play with confidence. I mean, you are a senior. You have put a lot of sweat equity into the program. It's your program. Have fun with it. Go play. Lead the program. Lead the team. And so that's what I would like to see from him. Just a great energy level, verve, vigor, vitality, life, energy, juice. You know, just putting everything he got into it and trying to make it to be his best experience since he's been here in 4 years.
And aside from Stitt, you have a couple other big impact players returning. Canyon Barry on the wing, Ajay Peru down low. How will you utilize Canyon on the wing and Peru down low this season? Will you utilize Barry? Will you use some of the stuff you used with KJ McDaniels at Clemson last year when he had such a great season?
Yeah, some of it. I mean, obviously, he is a very good athlete, and so just moving him around in different spots on the floor. I mean, he can jump, but he can make some shots, and he can dribble the ball. So he's got to be doing a lot of different things. You know, playing without the ball, playing with the ball in his hand. You know, I'm challenging him to rebound the ball more so he can rebound and lead the break and push it and attack in the open court. So just going to move him around. You know, again, we're going to try to utilize him on the wing some in terms of his isolation and trying to drive the ball. We're going to try to get him to pass the ball and run him to the rim for, you know, backdoor lobs. Just do a lot of different unique things for him, and then also put him in some ball screen situations where he got the ball in his hand, you know, attacking ball screens. I think he's very talented, and I think we can move him around in a lot of different positions.
Yeah, we saw him grow a lot at the end of the season last year. What about Peru down low? What do you got for him? You know, he's into his senior season here. What do you expect from him, or what do you want to see from him this year?
Just, again, some of the same things that I want to see for Anthony Stitt, where you just get caught up in the moment and enjoy the process of what you're doing and on a daily basis. And again, laugh, cry, celebrate, you know, show all the emotions, have the same verve, vigor, and vitality to the life that you should have when you put so much energy into a program. And then he is a big guy. I mean, I can utilize him around the basket, do a few things to get him in positions where he can score close to the basket. But he also, one of the things that he has that I don't think never really been tapped into is his ability to step out away from the basket some and shoot. And so I think he's one of our best shooters when it comes to our big guys. And so this movement, he'll be playing inside and outside, And but again, more importantly, is just the life and love and passion for the game. That's what I want to see more than anything.
Now, we definitely haven't seen Peru away from the basket that much, so that's exciting. What about the new guys on the team? How are your freshmen shaping up early in the preseason? How do they look? Are you excited about these new guys?
Yeah, got some good freshmen. Cameron Johnson, physical, athletic kid that'll play the 2 and the 3. He's really athletic. He's really tough. He can score the ball, can make some shots, but really good driving the ball. And then we got Donovan Gilmore, is our best athlete. He's a freshman, 6'7", 6'8", probably our best run and jump athlete. I think he'll be able to help us with some block shots and some rebounding, things of that nature. And then Evan Bailey, another freshman, is probably the best shooter on the team. He can make threes. I mean, so he can come off screens and make threes. Really confident shooter. And then Nick Harris, been in and out of some small growing injuries. He's been coming on pretty strong lately. Just a big physical kid at 6'9", 240 pounds. He's a freshman. So all of those guys I'm very pleased with. They are all different in terms of what they add, the value that they add to the team. But I think all of them have bright futures.
What reserve players this year is going to play a big role for you guys? You know, you just mentioned a few freshmen. Joe Cheely came off the bench as maybe like the 6th, 7th man last year. He's returning from an injury he had. How's Joe and the rest of the bench looking?
Joe, I mean, I don't think he'll be coming off the bench. I mean, you know, but
right.
I think he's a really good player, and so I hope that if his health can maintain, that he'll be one of our leaders. He'll be a really good player for us and give us a good scoring punch. A lot of the guys were role players last year. Terrence Donahue, Glenn Pierre, Dave Wishon, all of those guys were role players, and so I'm trying to figure out now, you know, who's ready to step up and take a different role. All of them have done some good things in practice, but I'm waiting to see who's going to be the 2 or 3 guys that really separate themselves from everybody else in terms of going from a role player to the next step. And so we're in the process of finding that out now. We've got another a month, actually 28 days before the real game comes. So I mean, I got 28 days to figure out who's ready to really jump in and take that next step.
Coach, that's about all I got. I can tell you're pretty excited about the upcoming season. 28 days left. Thank you for sitting down and talking to us.
I appreciate it. Thanks for coming by.
We'll be ready for November 14th.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yep.